What's up, beautiful people of the Grams? My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist, baby. Yeah, fuck yeah. What's up, beautiful people? I'm launching classes, workshops. I want to hear your feedback. What type of workshop would you be interested in if you are in any workshop at all? But I'm launching workshops after a few years, people asking me to do this. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm putting together workshops. I was gonna launch them once a week, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. I think we're gonna be launching workshops 2-3 times a week, depending on the need. They're gonna be short workshops, not too long, maybe about an hour long, maybe 2 sets of like 25 minutes, something around there. So that I'm able to deliver as much value as possible in real time. These are not going to be edited or anything like that. This is going to be real time workshops. Because I want you to feel like you're there, not like cut and then move and cut and move. These are workshops where I want you to feel like you're there with me, and that's why I've talked to different people, different artists who are going to be joining the workshops, and we've all agreed that is the best way of doing it because they like the way that I shoot out my videos real time, and so we're gonna keep them that way. What's up? Tips, depth. I like that. What's happening? So I want to hear from you. I want to hear your feedback on what type of workshops would you like me to do for you. Because I'm going to be releasing workshops. Okay, these are painting classes, drawing, color theory. Basically my entire system is going to be broken down into many workshops. Some of them are going to be Facebook ads. Some of them are going to be Instagram, how I do Instagram, because some people still believe that if you have more followers, somehow you're more blessed on Instagram, and that's true to a certain degree, but it's not necessarily true. If you know some things that I do, you'd be surprised how I get sales here without having that many followers. And most people don't even use DM. Most people don't even use it daily. You know, the DM, guys, for those of you who don't know, is like email on steroids. That's what the DM is. DM is, it's not as big and wide as the emails. You can have a very large email audience or email contact base, but the open rate is very low. The cool thing about the DM is that the open rate is very high. So 90% of the DMs you throw out there, people are going to open them. Stebonix, you're right. People don't even check emails. Like, the only reason people are going to check your email is because they're waiting for you to send them something. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to share this with you right now. One of the reasons why I tell people, hey, you want this? You want my new thing? You want my new article? You want my this? You want my that? And why I do it so grassroots and I don't do it in a big scale, one of the reasons I do that is because people will open the email, right? Because they're waiting for something. They're literally waiting for something. They're like, oh, Jose promised me this new article that he doesn't post anywhere else. He only sends it to people who request it. And so the email is open. Exactly. How many emails do you get per day? We get dozens, hundreds, if not hundreds of emails per day. Nobody cares about email anymore. I was talking to this guy who owns a fairly large business, and he was telling me that his whole business model pretty much relies on email, and that's where the money comes in. And I'm like, oh my God, you must have this thing like really nice set up. And basically he tells me that he has to have over 1 million, listen to this guys, over 1 million emails, and they have to constantly engage with the crowd. They have to constantly re-engage with the crowd, because otherwise people just go away. They just, like, sending an email, it's not engaging with the crowd. You have to find different ways to engage with them, otherwise it's not, even if you have 1 million emails, it's not going to cut it. So I'm going to be doing different workshops and classes. I'm not going to be doing them in galleries or in person yet. People have been asking me, will you come to this gallery and do it in this gallery? I'm not going to be doing them in galleries yet. They're going to be video, and they're going to be hosted on my Teachable website. My Teachable website is basically a little academy that I've been creating slowly over the past couple of years, but I haven't been able to put as much content yet. But now I'm announcing to you guys, and I'm announcing to other people that I'm going to be putting all kinds of content there. A lot of it is going to be free. I'm going to continue to put free content for those of you who enjoy that. But those of you who are ready to get nitty-gritty stuff, I'm going to put paid content there on my Teachable website. If you want actual keys to open something, to go beyond. I know I give a lot of free stuff. I give a lot of free content every day here on Instagram or on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. But some people are ready to go and get the just things that have, deeper, have more depth, right? You want more content that helps you actually open specific doors. And that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be anywhere from how to draw, right, loose. It's basically my entire system, how to draw loose, to painting loose, to how I sell on eBay, how I sell on other platforms like Etsy, Cherish, and Fine Art America, all those other places, how I use all those e-commerce platforms, and how do I sell to basically what I've been coaching with other artists. I'm packaging in small, precise workshops. Okay? It's going to go right to the heart. Okay, right to the jugular. We're not going to be messing around in those workshops. It's going to be content, like rich content. And for those of you who have gotten any of my workshops before, that's what I do. Those of you who are like, well, I don't know what to ask them in a coaching call, you don't have to worry about that anymore. There's going to be a series of different videos based on my coaching calls of people that have asked me anything from how do I start getting an email list. A lot of people don't even know how to get an email list. Like how to actually go get one using Facebook ads. People are very lost when it comes to that. And so how to get an email list so that you can start opening up your funnel and your pipeline to get people into just get people into your funnel. Forget about selling yet. Just getting people in there so that you start having a communication with them. Right? That in itself is a class. It's a workshop alone, because we can cover so many different things and steps in order to get that. What type of content do you create in order to create a hook? Because you need to hook them with something. You need to get them to come to your email. And if you're not going to be doing, why is email still important? Well, the only reason email is going to be important is if you know how to use it. Email doesn't work anymore, guys, for most people, because they don't know how to use it. The open rate is too low. And if you just send out emails just for the shit of it, people are not going to open them. You need to give them reasons to open them. And you need to constantly engage with them and give them reasons why they should open their email, the email that you're sending out. There needs to be a continuity in your content. Your content needs to have this continuity so that people feel the need to open your email. Otherwise, they're not going to care. They're going to be like, oh yeah, that's Jose again. Yeah, okay, cool. But if you build this continuity in your content creation, then people are going to be waiting for the next email. I'll tell you the next piece. It's sort of like when you're reading a book. A good novel, a good book, a good essay, a good article never ends a page in a paragraph. It always breaks it. It always breaks it so that you want to read the next page. In the same way, using that same principle, you want to be able to make your messages. So that in itself is a workshop. Many other workshops. People want to learn how I get commissions. How do you get a commission? If you're a commission of portrait artists, or you paint puppies, or you paint cats, or whatever, how do you get high-end commissions? I'm talking about other shit that most of you probably listening to me don't know. How do you get high-end commissions? I'm talking about painting someone's yacht. How do you get those high-end commissions? Most people don't even know that. They haven't tapped into that. I have tapped into that. I'm doing it, and I can show you how that's done, but that's not gonna be free content. That's gonna be paid content. Why? Because that's more for people who are now really monetizing in their careers. How do you do that? And so I'm gonna be releasing all kinds of workshops to that type of deal. How do you get galleries? How do you get a gallery show? How do you make sure that your gallery show actually brings you income? A lot of people out there have gallery shows and they get nothing. They get paid nothing because they don't understand the principles of, first, getting people in there, right? Getting artwork that people can actually buy, can afford, and getting artwork that not everybody can afford, but how do you lure those people in? How do you get those people how do you get them to bite the hook of your larger pieces, your more expensive high-ticket items? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know how to do that. Most artists have a very hard time selling a 5, 6, 10, let alone a $2,000 piece. Much less a $5, $10, $20,000 piece. It's more difficult, not because it's hard, but because it's hidden. It's not on plain sight. It's a little bit more hidden. How do you do that? How do you sell a piece like that? And on and on. So many different workshops that I'm going to be sharing with you. Basically, my entire system. Now, some people want to learn how I do eBay and at what scale do I do eBay at. And I have done it with a couple of people, but I'm going to include that also in the message. I will open up for people who want to come and visit me in Tucson, here in Arizona, and want to shadow me and basically get my entire eBay system, how I do that, because there are people out there that can do the system and that are ready to do the system. They just don't know how to go about it. They're scared, or they don't have the entire information. And so people have offered me before, hey, I'll pay you, a few $1,000 for you to show me. Why would they pay me a few $1,000? Most people would be like, well, why would I pay him? Well, because my eBay system makes me 7 figures, guys. That's why. And so people are like, why would I pay him this type of money? Well, because if something is paying you so much, you go to college and you pay someone, I don't know, you pay the college $100K or whatever, or more in most cases, to show you how to make 6 figures a year. It's peanuts what I am charging people to show them just my eBay system, and it's not fancy. That's why I think people get thrown off, because it's not fancy. It almost looks like it's too simple, and I think that's why people miss it. It's too simple. It's too simple, but there is a sequence to it. There's a logic to it. There's a sequence. There's a strategy. Many strategies that I use in order to generate income, and so what I'm going to be doing is creating a program where people can visit me and stay here in Tucson 3 days. I don't know, in a hotel downtown here. Stay 3 days with me, and I walk them through my entire systems, piece by piece. What do I do? How do I paint? How do I use references? How do I make sure that I get X amount of income with my work? and on and on. What does it mean? How does it work? The whole system, basically shadowing me, and I'm going to be showing you and giving you insights as to how that's done. Now, it's not for everybody. Okay, it's not for everybody. It's also not cheap. I'm thinking about the price still. Is it going to be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000? Whatever it is, the price is going to be nothing in comparison to what you're going to learn. So I'm just throwing it out there. That will be part of the program for people who want to learn how to monetize at a whole different level than selling a painting here and there. It requires a lot of work, so I'm not even going to get into that right now because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's only for people who are ready and want to take on that type of scale. But regardless, let's move on. I'm also going to be doing a workshop on how I get interior designers to buy my work. How I earn over 6 figures selling to interior designers, 6 figures a year. A lot of people want to learn that. A lot of people have. Oh, guys, just to give you an idea, like the jackpot of interior designers are on Instagram, and most people miss it. But also, if you want to learn how to monetize, it's very simple. Most people live in areas where there's a shitload of interior designers, and you're not reaching out to them, and you don't know how to reach out to them, and you don't know how to exchange value with them so that they actually give you the jobs. And that's what I'm going to be teaching. How do you exchange value with them? How do you bring value to them so that they feel like they can trust you and therefore bring jobs to you? And how do you exchange value with them right away so that you can also get paid at the same time? And so that takes energy, it takes learning, it's a strategy, right? That's why it's a strategy. That's why not everybody knows it out there, and that's why I'm going to be doing workshops about it, because it's one of those things. It's hidden also. There's a lot of great stuff that it's not very open, and it's not because it's rocket science. It's because most people neglect it because it looks like work. When something looks like work, most people neglect it. But there's a few people that are interested in it. They just don't know how to go about it. And those are the people that I want to talk to, the people that are interested in, you know what, I don't care that it's work. I need to do that. Everything is work, right? And at some point when you start scaling something, it becomes a business. It's no longer just work. It becomes a business. Now you can start scaling it. You can start getting a rep, someone to help you. And that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for someone to help me scale this, so that it doesn't just rest on my shoulders, and I can actually scale this from 6 figures to 7 figures, and you know, who knows, maybe more. I don't know. But that's basically what I'm doing, guys. I'm going to be opening my entire system to everybody in chunks, because there's so much to be shared that it has to be in chunks. From the way that I draw, the materials that I use, how I paint, why I paint the way I do, why I developed the system of painting. Most people don't know that I used to be a portrait painter. My stuff was representational. It was realism. But I moved on to something a bit more abstract. There was a reason why I did that. There's a reason why. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys my systems. Why in some instances my paintings are representational, and why in other areas my paintings are more abstract in different platforms for different reasons. Now, this does not mean that you have to do that, but I'm going to be sharing it with you. If you have the capability of doing it, now you're going to be capturing different markets, right? If you have the capability to be an abstract painter or an expressionist painter, but also have the skills to do realism, then you can tap into a completely different market and therefore monetize from that market, because you have a different skill set. And so, can you look at my drawings and give me some advice? Totally. And so that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So I want some feedback from you, if possible. and let me know what you would like to learn. That way I can put it on my list of ideas to create workshops. You know, if enough people want that, if there is enough people that want that, then we'll create a workshop on it. But there's so much to cover, and I've stayed away from covering all this stuff in an actual workshop because I give so much free on YouTube and here. I'm always talking about it. I'm always sharing it. But I've come to understand that people need a step-by-step process. What do you do first? What do you say? This is one of the reasons why when I created the workshop to how to get gallery owners to basically beg you to show them, to get you to show them your work, or to have an exhibit in their gallery. They basically beg you to have an exhibit in their gallery. Most people don't know about that. And when I did that workshop and I started sharing it, the people that actually started implementing that strategy, it started working right away, you know. And I haven't been good at capturing their little face and the quote and whatnot, because that's, you know, I haven't put time into that. I haven't put energy into that. Just like I haven't put energy into creating the multiple workshops, which I'm now going to do. My time has been spent monetizing, creating artwork and selling artwork. I have not spent my time on creating workshops and being an online guru or anything like that. That's not what I do. But I'm going to be creating workshops now. And that makes any sense. I'm going to basically get the shit that has worked for me in my own business, in my own studio, and I'm going to break it down in chunks and give you workshops on it. And you get to choose the ones you want to get. There's going to be, at least I'm thinking there's going to be dozens, if not hundreds, of different workshops, because there's so much information around it. There's so many different ways you can go about it. Recently, I learned a commission strategy that is just fucking bananas, that I can't wait to implement. I learned it from another artist. It's like a you are going to win because you're going to win type of commission strategy. Like, no bullshit. And I can't wait to implement it. I'm not going to make a workshop on it yet until I start implementing it, so that I know that it works for me. If it works for me, and then I'll make a workshop. But I learned this from another artist, and it's just a bananas type of. For those of you who know how to paint commissions, it's just bananas. When I learned about it, I was like, whoa, this guy was making $10K in a single day. Okay, doing this, and just commissions. That's all he does, commissions. And he shared it with me because I shared some stuff with him, and so it's just bananas. The way he explained it to me, it just makes so much sense. It's so simple, and everybody's missing it. I know everybody's missing it. So, anyways, guys, my name is Jose Trujillo. I want to hear from you. If you want to be in on my workshops, I want to hear your feedback. What would you like me to share with you? What would you like me to teach you in those workshops? Okay, take care. Talk to you soon.